Shall I start? My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Jivanmukti Viveka, or living an enlightened life. This is the work of Sri Vidyaranya, saint who was there in Karnataka in the 16th century. Before we proceed with the work of Vidyaranya, we have to understand Sri Vidyaranya's contribution to Sanatana Dharma. Sri Vidyaranya was a great sage, great saint. Around 16th century, Mughals were invading southern India, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, were on the verge of collapse by the Mughal invasion. Sri Vidyaranya wanted to stop this Mughal invasion to protect Sanatana Dharma. He met two warriors called Hukka and Bukka and asked them to build an empire. Please understand, building an empire from scratch is not a joke. Bring a army which will fight with the Mughals. It's not an easy thing at all. Hukka Bukka said, we don't have money. Then Vidyaranya, Sri Vidyaranya prayed to Lakshmi Devi, and they got a wealth required to establish an army. That army, with that army, they built Vijayanagara Empire, which actually is ruled Karnataka, some parts of Karnataka, some part of Andhra Pradesh. The culture and spirituality flourished in the Vijayanagara kingdom. Just like Samartha Ramadas motivated Shivaji to fight against Mughals, Sri Vidyaranya motivated Hakka Bukka, not only motivated, he built a complete empire to fight against the Mughals. So that was in the 16th century. Not only he motivated to build the empire, he also became the chief minister. He took the office work and established the order in Vijayanagara King Empire. The Vijayanagara Empire flourished. That was the contribution of Vidyaranya. But he is more known for his contribution to Advaita. Later, he became head of Sringeri Mutt. He has done great amount of work simplifying and communicating Vedanta teaching, Advaita Vedanta teaching to common people. Two works which are very important. One is called Panchadashi. Panchadashi means 15 chapters of essence of Advaita Vedanta teaching. So now this is called Tattvajnana. What is Advaita? What is Atma Viveka? And many examples of Viveka, Vidyaranya we have taken. One example is Nataka Deepika, which you have taken from Vidyaranya's teaching. And 10th man, missing 10th man, this comes from Vidyaranya's teaching. So it comes from Panchadashi, 15 chapters outline giving the principles of Advaita in a beautiful way for a common man. So then Vidyaranya thought, okay, I have told principles of Advaita, but Phala of Advaita, Phala of Advaita Jnana, What is the phala of Advaita Dhyana? Phala of Advaita Dhyana is Jivanmukti. I want to write on Jivanmukti. That's why he wrote Jivanmukti Viveka. Panchadashi is about Tattva Dhyana, and Jivanmukti Viveka is about Mukti Dhyana or Phala Dhyana. Phala. Tattva Dhyana and Phala. So why Jivanmukti Viveka is written? When we read scriptures, Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita and all, people will get confused because it's the liberation is told in many ways. In Bhagavad Gita, one place is told as Sthita Prajna. Another place is called Gunatita. Another place is told as Tattvajnani. So that creates a confusion in the minds of the people. What is enlightenment and what is liberation? The enlightenment and liberation has to be understood very clearly. Phaladnana. So to remove the confusion about enlightenment and liberation, Sri Vidyaranya has written this particular book entirely dedicated to Jivanmukti, enlightened life. Many people reading little bit of Advaita, little bit of scriptures think that they are already Jivanmuktas. There's the illusion of Jivanmukti. So Vidyaranya is trying to clarify, bring clarity to remove the illusion of Jivanmukti and what is really enlightened life. Then there is a confusion about many spiritual masters. They claim they are enlightened. So what is the real meaning of enlightenment or Jivanmukti? Sri Vidyaranya is trying to bring out clearly in this book. So what is the purpose? The purpose is to remove the confusion related to enlightenment and liberation. For the seeker, to remove the confusion related to so-called enlightened masters and bring crystal clear clarity. What is Jivanmukti? What are the stages involved? So this is the purpose of Panchadashi, of Jivanmukti Viveka. So for whom is the text? The text is not for a liberated one. Liberated one does not require a guide how to live a liberated life, Jivanmukta life. The book is written for the seekers to understand the phala of Advaita Dhyana. What is the fruits of Advaita Dhyana? It's for the seeker, not for the Jivanmukta. So Jivanmukta doesn't require a guide. Oh, how do I live my life? So the guidance is for a seeker, and guidance is for a seeker to understand who is the real master, real enlightened master. Others people, there are many people who claim they are enlightened. So to understand the enlightened master, Jivanmukti Viveka is the text. So let us take up the essence of Jivanmukti Viveka. So for Jivanmukti Viveka to understand, we need to understand a framework for enlightenment stages. So we have to understand what are the stages in enlightenment. There are 7 stages of enlightenment, 7 stages in enlightenment journey. So these are called Jnana Bhumika or planes of consciousness. 7 planes of consciousness. So the first stage is called Subhecha. Subhecha means desire for enlightenment. Desire for freedom from suffering, which is actually nothing but desire for enlightenment, is where a seeker starts, Subhecha. This second stage, as he moves into second stage, he understands for desire for enlightenment has to be converted to desire for seeking enlightened master and desire for knowing myself, which is enquiry, Atma Vichara, for which Shravana Manana has to be done. So as he gets involved in the Vedantic study and Karma Yoga, the mind becomes very refined compared to ordinary people's mind, which is very gross. A seeker's mind becomes very refined. That's called Tanu Manasi. Then in the fourth stage, there's a realization of the self. It's called self-realization. Please understand the terminologies used in Vedanta are confusing. Okay, many times multiple terminologies are used. So in this text, I am trying to follow certain terminology. Follow it very, very carefully. Do not confuse and mix up with the multiple terminologies. Self-realization means he realizes self. And person who has realized self is called Brahmavid. This is the first stage of enlightenment. So first stage of enlightenment is called Sattvapati or Brahmavid. This stage of enlightenment gradually proceeds as because of prarabdha karma. More and more vasanas and samskaras get cleared. In stage 5, it's called asamasakti, non-attachment. Okay, non-attachment to objects of the world. Padartha abhavani is non-perception of object of the world. Objects are mithya, unreal. So up to stage 4, he has understood it's mithya, mithya, mithya. Vedanta Vichara has done mithya. Oh, everything in the object world is mithya. All those things he understood. But now that becomes more and more sinks in. Objects become mithya. Padartha abhavani means non-perception of objects because objects are unreal. Turiyaga means transcendence. Now subject-object reality is completely transcended. So this is actually a framework for understanding enlightenment. Is it clear? No, we'll understand in detail. This is just first the framework. The entire discussion of Jivanmukti Viveka is with this framework. We'll understand each of them in more detail. What happened in each stage, how it will happen, like that. Okay? Right now, you first understand enlightenment is described in 7 stages. So once somebody has reached 4th stage, he has no further life, future life. Next life is not there. No rebirth is there. If somebody has reached 4th stage. 4th stage to 7th stage, no rebirth. But there's a progressive manifestation of enlightenment in that person in different ways. That manifestation is what we are speaking of. Brahmavid, Brahmavidvara, Brahmavidvaranya, Brahmavidvarishta. And what is the difference? This difference is coming because of the residual prarabdha karma. So beyond 4th stage to 4th stage to 7th stage, the person has no rebirth. He has become free from cycle of rebirth. It's not that somebody has to reach 7th stage to become free from cycle of rebirth. But difference between the 4th stage to 7th stage, 4th to 6th, 7th stage, some difference is there. That difference we'll study in detail as we go in the text. Are you clear? So now, at many places, Sri Vidyaranya uses this word sanyasa. The moment you say sanyasa, we'll get an idea of somebody is wearing a robe, a saffron robe, or a white robe, has left his house, family. Okay. So then the question comes to us. Vidyaranya refers to only sannyasa. He is a monk. Now the question comes to us. Okay, this is a textbook for monks. What about householders? Any spiritual text has to be understood with a deeper inner meaning, not the surface level meaning. Sannyasa, don't take sannyasa as a monk. Monk is also sannyasa. It's a lifestyle. But real meaning of sannyasa has to be understood. Otherwise, we'll get the whole thing will be confused. Text will be confused. I know many people who crave for taking sannyasa, a formal sannyasa. So we have to understand the distinction very clearly before you study the text. Otherwise, what will happen? We'll get confused. Oh, this I can't do. This is not for me. Like that will come. So what is sannyasa? Somebody asked Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, Bhagavad Gita, Gita you keep on repeating. Gita, 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 Gita. It becomes Tyagi, Tyagi, Tyagi. Somebody who has given up, renounced. Now what will you renounce? Something easy thing we can renounce. What I have, I can renounce. Some job, some family, something I can renounce. But Gita is not about that. Gita is about renouncing the real problem or giving up what is causing us suffering. What is causing us suffering? The suffering is caused by ahankara and mamakara. Sense of me, sense of mine. Ahankara is called sense of me. Mine is what I have. Please understand, in the world, the suffering doesn't come from anybody. Suffering is self-inflicted because of ahankara and mamakara. Ahankara is called ego, mamakara is called mind. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, is called me. Ahankara. My wife, my family, my job is called mamakara. So what we call as anatma, associating atma with anatma, the real I with the body, mind and intellect, and external objects is the cause of suffering. So Bhagavad Gita tells us to give up. Sannyasa is important, but giving up what? Ahankara and mamakara. Ahankara and mamakara gives a relief in our life. That's called mukti. So sannyasa, when I use the word sannyasa, the way I use the word sannyasa and way people understand sannyasa are different. Sannyasa means a monk for most of the people. For me, sannyasa is real sannyasa, which is dropping ahankara and mamakara through Atma Vichara, through karma yoga. Atmanu mokshata, jagaditaya, that's called sannyasa for me. Please understand, it's not Prabhuji's definition, it's Sri Krishna's definition. I'll tell you how Sri Krishna defines sannyasa. Otherwise, common people have an understanding of sannyasa as a robe. Okay, sannyasa is not about robe. Sannyasa means renunciation, giving up what causes hurt. Ahankara, mamakara. Sannyasa has another connotation. Samyak nyasaha. Nyasa means deposit. We have to keep our mind in the right deposit. Pursue the higher principles of life, higher purpose of life. Atmanu mokshartam jagaditaya. When our mind is focused, it's called sannyasa. Self-realization and selfless service. Why selfless service? Because selfless service eliminates the mamakara. Self-enquiry, Atmanu mokshartam, eliminates the ahankara. Ahankara, mamakara has to be dropped. That is called sannyasa whenever Prabhuji speaks of sannyasa in this text. So, please understand the definition of sannyasa given by Sri Krishna in chapter 3.3. A householder who is involved in karma yoga and jnana yoga, Atmanu mokshartam jagaditaya, while taking care of his family responsibility, his job responsibility, is sannyasi. So there are two two lifestyles called loke asmin dvivida nishta pura prokta mayanaga jnana yogena sankyanam karma yogena yoginam. Jnana yoga and karma yoga are two paths. Karma yoga is prescribed for householders. Selfless service and atma jnana. For sannyasis, focus is completely on Jnana Yoga. For householders, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga, Atmano Mokshartam Jagaditaya is prescribed. So when you use the word sannyasi, the sannyasi applies to a householder who is involved in Karma Yoga and Jnana. For a monk who is involved in only Jnana Yoga. Both the terminologies are synonymous. Is that understood clearly? So, sannyasi means, but the householder who is engaged in a selfish activity, ahankara mamakara, is not sannyasi. He is samsari. He is suffering. Okay. So, samsari and sannyasi you have to very clearly understand. So, there are two types of sannyasa which are described in Vedanta. In Viveka Chudamani, Jivanmukti Viveka, two types of sannyasa are described. Vividisha sannyasa and Vidvat sannyasa. So, let me tell a story, then you will understand the difference. Sri Yajnavalkya was considered as a great Gnani. He is considered as a great enlightened being. He had thousands of students used to come to his Gurukula. He had two wives, Katyayani and Maitreyi. He did everything for his society, building up a Gurukula, teaching, serving the society, giving Jnana, everything he did. Then one day he decides to take a sannyasa. So then he tells his wife Maitreyi and Katyayani that I am taking sannyasa. This property belongs to you. So now the question comes to our mind. A great Gnani, a enlightened being, Yajnavalkya, why did he take sannyasa? So this sannyasa which is taken by a Gnani is called Vidvat sannyasa. Means renunciation of the knower. Vidvat means Vidwan, knower. Renunciation of the knower is called Vidvat sannyasa. As against that, renunciation of seeker is there. Seeker is, I am suffering in life. I don't know. I want to get rid of suffering. Then what do I do? So then he starts renouncing. That's called renunciation of the seeker. It's called Vividish sannyasa. Please don't get confused with the terminology. Okay, don't make sannyasa into a dress. I'm trying to tell a pursuit, understanding of life. The renunciation of seeker is there and renunciation of knower is there. The two different categories. Is the distinction clear? Seeker means he is seeking. He is seeking a solution in life. He is suffering. I am suffering. I want to come out of suffering. Can Vedanta, Atma provide me suffering? Freedom from suffering? He is seeking. It's called renunciation of seeker. Whereas somebody who is well versed in Jnana, who is established Atma Jnana, he is Aparoksha Jnani, is called like Yajnavalkya. He is knower. He is already Jnani. Then why does a knower drop, take sannyasa? We will describe. We'll understand. The two types of sannyasa, Vidvat sannyasa, renunciation of the knower, and Vividish sannyasa, renunciation of seeker. So let us understand the terminology much more clearly. So there is a Adnani who is suffering in life. It's called samsari. He wants freedom from suffering. He does not know where is the problem. Every day I am getting hurt. There is suffering in my life. So then he is called seeker. I want to become free from suffering. His sannyasa is called Vividisha sannyasa. Not that he will change a dress and become somewhere. That also is possible. Lifestyle. Or wherever he is as a householder, he starts seeking a solution. It's called Vividisha sanyasa. Do not confuse the word sanyasa with a robe. Please understand. It's called renunciation of seeker. So for seeking of Vedanta Dana, what he has to do now? Okay, I am suffering. How do I get out of suffering? I need to find a guru who is an enlightened master, and I have to find through Atma Dana, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa. The purpose of renunciation of seeker is Atma Dana. Okay, so here you have to understand the challenge of Atma Dana in the olden days. In the olden days, it's very difficult to find a Atma Dnani guru. In a nearby place, they will be in the Himalayas or some other place far away. A small village, where do you find? Right. So, and Atma Dnana knowledge, Vedanta knowledge also is not very prevalently, commonly available to all the people. See, in Gurukula, they teach Vedas, they teach Upanishads, and they say, when you are ready, you get the Vedanta Dnana. Vedanta Dnana is not given fully in the Gurukula stage. Mantras are told. So Vedanta Dnana is given only when you are ready, when you seek. Now, where does somebody go, householder? In those days, there was no choice to leave the house, to search for a guru in Himalayas or cave, get a Vedanta Dnana. That was a challenge in early days. In modern days, thanks to technology, Vedanta Dnana, if you are really seeking, Vedanta Dnana is available to you at your home. Shravana Manana Nidhyasa, you can do it home. Atma Vichara, you can do it home. Manana, you need a group. Manana group also you can form. That's what Vedanta Study Circle is about. Shravana Manana Nidhyasa you can do in a proper modern day setting, which was not possible in the earlier days. Okay. So now what is the end result of renunciation of seeker? Renunciation of seeker ends up in Videha Mukti. So now the moment we speak of Videha Mukti, for a common man understanding, Videha Mukti means after death he has obtained Videha Mukti. Body has gone. So body is dropped, is called Videha Mukti in common man's language. Oh, here's a Mahatma, he was Jivanmukta and he passed away yesterday and he attained Videha Mukti. This is the understanding of a common man. But that's not the understanding of teaching of Vedanta. Videha Mukti means somebody who has realized I'm not the body, mind, intellect is called Videha Mukta. So what is the relation? Videha Mukti? Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivananu Nane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. This understanding is very dhrada. Deep inside you, it's called Videha Mukta. So do not think that Videha Mukti is after death. Videha Mukti is I'm not the body, mind, intellect when I'm alive. What is the point of getting Mukti after death? Tell me. Who knows? For whom is Mukti? After death, the Mukti is there for family members and relatives. Oh, wow, this guy is gone. Thank God, we are Muktas. But for the person who is looking for Mukti, he has to attain Mukti when he is alive, not after death. He has to understand I'm not the body, mind, intellect when he is alive. So Videha Mukti for common people means death. This is wrong understanding. Death is Mukti, not for the person who is seeking. Death is Mukti for other people from this seeker. Headache is gone. Bah. So Mukti is with respect to you. The Mukti is possible not at the time of dropping the body. When you are alive, understanding, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. So that's why during Yadnavalkya's time, the king was Janaka Raja. Janaka Raja, he was called Videha Janaka. Videha Janaka means one who has no body. What is his nobody? He is nobody. I am nobody. All of us are somebody. I am the body, I am name, I am husband, I am engineer. We have become somebody. Somebody who has become nobody is called Videha Janaka. And he was ruling kingdom perfectly. He was coming to the kingdom, taking care of the army, fighting with the enemies. Everything is perfect. But being a nobody, with the understanding, what understanding? Nanu, nanembudu, nanalla, ideha, manabuddhi, nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanamnani, Shivoham, Shivoham. So what has happened here? Earlier, you are identifying with the body. Okay? You are identifying with a subject called me. Now there's no identification. Now subject called me becomes a vehicle. It's like, okay, I was going in a car. My car scratched somebody's car. So that guy comes and shouts at me. Why did he hit me? I didn't hit you, I hit your car. No, you hit me. Car has become me. Body has become me. The mind has become me. Intellect has become me. It causes hurt. So, videha means somebody who has understood I am not the body. Now, the body, mind, intellect doesn't cause hurt. The body, mind, and intellect is the vehicle available to him. For what purpose? Paropakarartham idam shariram. So, Janaka Raja used the body, mind, and intellect as a vehicle for Loka Kalyana. That's why it's called Videha Janaka. And what is his daughter's name? His daughter's name is called Sita. She's called Vaidehi. Vaidehi means she was born enlightened. Janaka Raja got enlightened later. Sita was born enlightened. Vaidehi. She was not born to a mother. She was found in earth. She is Bhumata. She is born enlightened. That's why she is called Vaidehi. King Janaka is called Videha Janaka. So contrast this with the Rama. Sri Rama got enlightened after teaching from Vashishta Rishi, Yoga Vashishta. Sita was born enlightened. She was Vaidehi. So that's why we speak of Sita Rama. Siya Ram. Born. Vaidehi. So is this concept, is this understanding clear? Videha Mukti, Vividisha Sanyasa, he seeks, is called renunciation of seeker. He is a seeker. He is trying to seek suffering, freedom from suffering. That's why he seeks Atma Dana, he seeks a Sadguru, and he seeks Aproksha Dana. I want Aproksha Dana. So he gets Videha Mukti. The moment he gets Aproksha Dana, he becomes Videha Mukta. Are we clear? So that is actually, I told you the framework of Atma Dana. 4 stages, 7 stages, right? So first stage is called Shubhecha. As somebody is suffering, seeker, he seeks a Sadguru. What he seeks now? I'm suffering, I want to get rid of suffering. Like I have a stomach ache. First thing I have to find is a doctor. I have a psychological problem. I have to find a psychiatrist. If somebody has to understand I have a spiritual problem, my wrong understanding of life is a problem, then he has to see Sadguru. You have to find the right doctor, no? If you have a ear pain, you have to find a ear doctor, ENT surgeon. Similarly, if your spiritual ignorance is the problem, then you have to seek a Sadguru, a master in that. So Shubhecha means he's a seeker, but what he seeks now, he seeks an enlightened master, Sadguru, for freedom. Then Sadguru teaches him Vichara, Atma Vichara, Vedanta Dana, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, he teaches. That's where it goes to Vicharana stage, second stage. Then comes to third stage. So as Vedanta Dana sinks in, the mind becomes very subtle, very refined. This stage is called Manana, equivalent of Manana. Mind becomes so, the teaching of Vedanta has gone deeper inside. Manana has happened. Then Satyopati means the fourth stage is called Satyopati, Nididhyasa. Now he is clear. I am Brahman, I am Atma, I am Sakshi. So he is able to establish In aparokshadna, it's called nididhyasa or holding on to truth. Nididhyasa means, nidhi means wealth. Holding on to truth is called nididhyasa. So this stage is called Brahmavid. It's called Sattopati or Brahmavid. This stage is called Videha Mukti. At this stage, it has become very clear to him, I am not the body, mind, and intellect. Nanu nanambudu nanalla, ideha manabuddhi nanalla, sajanananda atma shivanannane, shivoham, shivoham. In yogic terminology, this is called Savikalpa Samadhi because he is still holding on. He has to again and again go to Samadhi to recognize his true nature. He is not fully settled there in Atmadana, in Brahmadana. He has seen, he has got a glimpse, he has got I am Brahman, his understanding has come. But he is not yet settled down fully. So that is called, but this stage is sufficient for no further life, future life. Future life is gone with this stage. This is called renunciation of seeker, Vividisha Sanyasa. So all of you actually are Vividisha Sanyasis. You have come to Atmadana, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa you are doing, Vedanta study circle you are doing. So gradually your mind is becoming more and more refined. Do you know? One of my students, he is a vice president of sales. In annual sales conference, annual sales meeting where their performance is being evaluated, everybody gets in. I did $10 million sales. I did this customer. I got this customer. This guy gets up and he says, Prabhuji, how can I speak? I'm not able to see. I did this. I told $10 million sales happened. 10 customers were got. He put in third person. So your understanding of I gets refined. You'll not be able to use the I in the same way what you are doing earlier. The mind becomes very subtle. So all of you who are going through Vedanta study circle and Jnana Jyoti are in the stage of Vividisha Sannyasa. So then comes the renunciation of knower, Vidvat Sannyasa. Vidvat Sannyasa is next stage of Vividisha Sannyasa. Next stage, beyond. So Vidvat Sannyasa means he has got Aprochdana. Vividisha Sannyasa started, I want to get rid of suffering. That's why I'll get Aprochdana. So he got Aprochdana. Now Aprochdana means he has a recognize the truth. Self-realization happened. But he is not nishtha, established in that fully. So now he wants to get established there fully in Brahman stage. Brahman. So what he does, his renunciation is called Vidvat Sannyasa. This Vidvat Sannyasa is what Yajnavalkya did. So what is after Aparoksha Dhyana, what is there is Vasanakshaya. Some remaining vasanas have to go. So there are two types of vasana, Bandha Vasana and Bhoga Vasana. Bandha means what is causing you bondage. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, called Bandha Vasana. So that vasana is gone. Some Bhoga Vasana, some desire for something may still continue, which is not blocking your enlightenment, not blocking your Aparoksha Dhyana. So those desires also want to get rid of. It's called Vasanakshaya. Effacement of latent impressions. And Manonasha, he wants to completely dissolve the mind. Whereas in Vividisha Sannyasa, he is able to recognize the self and come back into the world. Recognize the self and come back into the world. Is the distinction clear? Vidvat Sannyasa and Vividisha Sannyasa. So one who has gone through fully Vasanakshaya and Manonasha is called Jivanmukta, fully enlightened. What Aprokshanubhuti is sufficient for him to Aparokshanubhuti he has got. Aparoksha Jnana he has got. In stage 4, Vividhi Sanyasa, Shravana Manana Nidhyasa, he has got a Aparoksha Jnana. Yes, understood. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not intellect. Many of his suffering in life has come down. Because when you are not the body, mind, intellect, your disturbances come down. But not fully eliminated, because some vasanas are there, bhoga vasanas are there. They can cause him trouble, different suffering. But stage 4 to stage 7, he has no rebirth. But how does he live his life? Stage 4 to 7, there's a difference. Living an enlightened life, 4 Brahmavid, Brahmavidvara, Brahmavidvaranya, Brahmavidvara. Stage 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a difference in 4 in the outer manifestation of life. Is it clear? Vividhi Sannyasa is equal to AVC. Don't bring too many things. Vividhi Sannyasa is equal to study of AVC, Nididhyasa, Aparoksha Jnana. If you get Aparoksha Jnana, it's called Brahmavid. Aparoksha Jnana, Anubhuti, don't mix terminologies. Aparoksha Jnana, he's got enlightened now. Okay, do not follow whatever terminology I'm trying to say here. He has now realized himself, self-realization has happened. I am not the body, my intellect, I am pure awareness. But when he works into life, disturbance will come. So that amount of disturbance is less in the 5th, 6th, and 7th stages. Very clear? So, but that understanding, I'm not the body, mind, I am not intellect, I'm pure awareness. With that understanding goes deeper, is called Brahmavid. At that stage is sufficient for no future birth. But in this life, he may go through some disturbance because some vasana kshaya has to happen. Bhoga vasana kshaya. Is the distinction clear? So Brahma with renunciation now, he says, I will eliminate, I will have a clean, no vasanas left, no bhoga vasana left, nothing left, no manonasha, completely manonasha. That's called Jivanmukta, fully enlightened. So all the 4 stages are Jivanmukta, but their external behavior, external interaction with the world changes based on their prarabdha karma, based on the residual bhoga vasana. Is the understanding clear? So this is called Vidvat Sannyasa. This Vidvat Sannyasa is what Yajnavalkya took. So now coming back to renunciation of Vidvat Sannyasa, Asamasakti. So what happens now? Please understand, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, you are holding on, I am Brahman, I am pure awareness. That understanding sinks in. Aparokshanubhuti happens. But when you come back and interact with the world, some of the vasanas, residual vasanas, bhoga vasanas will come up. Your interaction with the world is still there. Earlier, you have done everything in Mithya, Jagat Mithya, everything you have done. Now that understanding has to become deeper and deeper as you interact with the world with the Atma. So now with the understanding of the world, there can be disturbance coming. I have told you about fire, right? Fire means what? Frequency, intensity, recovery. So that fire will start coming down. Earlier as samsari, the fire is too much. Frequency of emotional disturbance, intensity and recovery time, everything is too much. As you get Atma, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, fire will start coming down, narrows down. In the 4th stage, it has come down to minimum. The fire has not gone fully as you interact with the world. In 7th stage, fire is completely extinguished. Are you clear? So I'll give you an example of Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi had a cancer. Surgery was done. No anesthesia. 7th stage, Brahma Varishta. Completely external thing cannot disturb you. Whereas somebody in 4th stage, he knows I am Brahman, but if surgery is done, anesthesia has to be given. Otherwise, he may feel pain. He will not be able to stand it. The Vasana Kshaya has to happen. Complete cleaning is Brahma Varishta. But for freedom from next cycle of birth, stage 4 is sufficient. Bandha vasanas goes, then you get aparokshadnana, Vividisha sanyasa. Then bhoga vasanas completely eliminated and manonasha completely done is called Vidvat sanyasa. Vidvat sanyasa is for that. Jivanmukti. So asamasakti means first is non-attachment. Some bhoga vasanas are there, some little bit bhoga vasana is there. Now nothing, all those, there's no attachment. That means no, I'll run away from something. No. Presence and absence will not matter at all. Presence and absence of something will not matter at all. Any anatma, family, friends, relationships, money, power, position, absence and presence will not matter at all. Completely asamasakti. No, I don't want, still is sadhaka. I don't want something, still is sadhaka. Seeker. In asamasakti stage, complete non-attachment. Padartha abhavani. So in Shravana Manana Nidhyasa, you have understood Jagat is Mithya, objects are not there. Now what has happened? The Jagat Mithya is not still understanding, that has become deep. When you interact with the world, you know I am interacting with Mithya world. Right? You can think, imagine like this. So you are looking at a movie earlier, the movie was real for you, you are getting hurt. Now you know it's a movie, then you can enjoy the movie, you can play a video game in that. So like that Padartha Bhavani means you know very well when I am interacting with the world, it's Mithya. And that leads to Manonasha, total annihilation of ignorance in the mind. The sense of I, even residue, whatever is there, it's gone completely. And then he comes to seventh stage called, it's called Brahma Vidvara, Brahma Vidvaranya. Then it comes Manonasha, total annihilation of ignorance in the mind. There's no way he can confuse himself with the body, mind, and intellect. No way he can confuse objects of the world as real. Complete establishment. That stage is called Turiyaga or transcendence. He's called Brahma with Varishta. Brahma with Varishta is called Stita Pradna, Brahmadnani, Brahmanishta, Jivanmukta in Vedantic terminology. Even though Jivanmukta is applied to stage 4 to stage 7, okay, the final ultimate peak of that is called 7th stage, Turiyaga. So, is the understanding clear? The renunciation of the seeker is to get Atma-dnana, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. That renunciation is all the people who have come to AVSC and Jnana Jyoti already have done that. That's called Vividisha Sanyasa. Now, whether you want to go to Vidvat Sanyasa and all, we'll see. But Vividisha Sanyasa is what you have got already. And what is the purpose of Vividisha Sanyasa? Aparokshadnana. What is the purpose of Vidvat Sanyasa? Manonasha, Vasanakshaya, 100% clean. So, let me summarize. First is self-realization, Aparokshadnana. Stage 1 to 4, Vividisha Sanyasa of Jnana Bhumika. Real subject I is the real subject, is separate from false me, body, mind and intellect. Clearly. Subject is separate from the body, mind and intellect. How? Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. This stage is called Vidyaranya. If you have attained in this stage and you are able to stay in this stage very clearly, understanding in all aspects of life, then you are called Vidyaranya, same state as Janagaraja. In Yogic language, it's called Savikalpa Samadhi. So what is the experience of this? Is peace. What you have realized now? All in one you have realized. Everything in the world is nothing but Atma. That is realization is done. So now what will happen? You have to start interacting in the world. Because of your bhoga vasana is there. Some vasana prarabdha karma is there. Prarabdha karma will bring something to you, whether you want it or not. Residual prarabdha karma. Of course, at this stage 4, he has understood karma doesn't affect me, but residual karma will come and affect the body. Some disease, some name, some fame may come and affect you. So now how does it treat it? Some vasanas may, bhoga vasana may come up again. Bandha vasana is gone. So now bhoga vasana has to be eliminated. By how? Recognizing world, whatever objects of the world has to be separated very clearly from pure existence. Tree exists, sun exists, moon exists. Everything is existence. Just like when you go inside, not the body, mind and intellect, I am Sakshi, I am Brahman. Like that, existence in the world, pure existence has to be separate from manifest reality. So it's called Brahman. So then you have to realize I am one with Brahman. Sakshi in me is one with the existence. Sat Chit Ananda is one. It's called oneness. This is the stage of pure love, compassion, complete non-doorship. It's called one in all. All in one in all. So next comes Satya Darshana, transcendence. Now everything in the world is mithya, subject is mithya, object is mithya. Only reality is Brahman, transcendental reality. So this is called liberation. It's beyond. All in one in all, and beyond. This stage is called Jivanmukta or Turiyaga or Nirvikalpa. So these three stages. First stage is Vividisha Sanyasa. Second stage is called Vidvat Sanyasa. And third stage is called Turiyaga, transcendence. So this I keep repeating every day. What is that? Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Satya Darshanam. So basically what I am telling you is inner realization, the outer realization, oneness and beyond. Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Satya. These are not slogans. Please understand, I am teaching summary of the entire Upanishad, Vedanta teaching. I am giving in 3 words. Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, Satya Darshanam. So, Sri Vidyaranya is telling us what is Jivanmukti in detail with the framework of Sapta Dhyana Bhumika. Right? So, what is the framework? So, that Jivanmukti Viveka is divided into 5 chapters. First is called Pramana Prakarana. Pramana Prakarana is evidence. Oh, is Jivanmukti there or not? How can somebody be Jivanmukta when he has a body? Okay, Mukti is only possible after he dies. All those things are doubts are cleared. Evidence of Jivanmukti. Second chapter is called Vasana Kshaya. Vasanas, how they go? Effacement of latent tendencies. Everything Vasana you clean it out. For Vidvat Sannyasi, how do you clean that? Manonasha, dissolution of the mind, how it happens. Then Swarupa Siddhi, Prayojana Prakarana, blissful stage of Jivanmukta. Then Vidvat Sannyasa Prakarana, renunciation of the knower in this framework. Renunciation of the knower is somebody who has started a seeker, no? Somebody started a seeker, right? He went through Shravana, Mana, Nidhyasa. Then he realized, I am Brahman. He is the knower. The who is the knower is Chidabhasa knower or Sakshi knower. That will come in chapter 2. So this is the framework for Jivanmukti Viveka. In the days to come, we'll take each section of Jivanmukti Viveka in more detail. Anybody has a question? Any questions on Zoom? Anybody? Yes, Purnima.
Hari Om, Prabhuji. Plate is full, Prabhuji. Mind, heart, everything is full. So, no question. Really.
Please understand, up to Jnana Jyoti is called Vividisha Sannyasa. We understand the impression Sannyasa means address.
Yes.
State of mind.
Yes.
And once you get approach Jnana, if you are able to clean up all remaining vasanas, it's called Sannyasa. Yes, Mala. Any questions, Kanti, Anantan?
ಹರಿಯಂ ಗುರುಜಿ
Mala.
ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಗುರುಜಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು.
So Anantan, any questions?
ಇದು unattached ಅಥವಾ ನಾನ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್
No, people who are depressed, they're not
not be interested in life.
Huh?
They'll not be interested in life, right?
No, they are not interested. There's a desha. It's called dvesha.
ಯಾವ್ದು ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ.
ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ದ್ವೇಷ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ. ಬೇಕು ಬೇಡಗಳನ್ನು ದಾಟುದು ನಾನ್ ಡಿಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್. The presence and absence does not affect. It's called detachment. So, for example, I'll tell Anantan. Anantan, take one Mysore pak. So Anantan says, I don't want, but I can eat. You don't have hatred and you don't have love. That is called non-attachment. No, I hate Mysore pak. I don't want Mysore pak. It's called dvesha. Understand? Raga and dvesha both have to be transcended. People who are depressed, I don't want is there. Dvesha is there.
Only don't want.
Only don't want. So, the don't want, if it comes in their life, they'll get hurt. Right? For a person who is non-attachment stage, even if what you don't want comes to him, he is not hurt. He is peaceful.
But don't he consume, just in the case of physical thing, if he wants, he can consume, right?
Consume means what?
No, you gave an example of Mysore pak, right?
Ah.
So, he may have or he may not have, but he can have it, right?
I'm saying he will have it. So he will not throw the Mysore pak given to him. Unless he has a diabetes. Okay? Or, he has no craving for Mysore pak when it's not there. Or, no hatred for Mysore pak when it is there. Raga, dvesha, both are gone.
Yeah. And one more question. Say for the Jivanmukta, still the prarabdha karma has to be eliminated, right?
No. Stage 4, correct?
Stage
4 to stage 7 is already, his future life is gone. I mean, it's like a repeated cycle of birth is gone.
But as long as the body is alive, he has to undergo the prarabdha karma, right?
I'm saying as long as the body can bring some prarabdha karma. Okay? Right? It can be disease, it can be name, it can be fame, it can be students, or it can be some abuses. People can come and abuse. All those things can happen as long as body is there. But his internal state will be tranquil. Internally, he will be very calm and peaceful in any situation. Right? What is the difference in 4th stage and 7th stage? In 4th stage, he already has become free. But momentarily he can get disturbed. Somebody comes and shouts at him, or somebody comes and hits him, momentarily he can shake, but he'll come back. In 7th stage, nothing will happen momentarily. Anything happens to the body mind complex also, nothing will happen to him. He's tranquil. So
does it mean that he will not involve, he or she does not involve, or even he involves and he doesn't
who are asking for 7th stage or in early stages?
7th or early stage, between 4 and 7.
See, please understand, our human mind works in a bipolar disorder. You say either this is true or that is true. In Atma Dhyana, both are true. So intense involvement and intense non-attachment is both are common. Yes. Simultaneous. See, for example, Sri Krishna, when he dances, he is intensely involved, but he is intensely non-attached. Understand? They are not opposite of each other. When you are completely non-attached, you can be intensely involved also, but unaffected.
That is important. Unaffected.
Completely unaffected. So our mind starts thinking, oh, detached means is gone, he is going away from the world. That's called dvesha. We are not thinking of dvesha. He is fully in the world, he is fully detached, and fully intensely he can be engaged, depending on his prarabdha karma. Is the distinction clear?
Yeah, thanks.
Detachment, non-attachment is, I would use the word non-attachment, and intense engagement, they can be together. They are not separate, opposite of each other. Are we clear?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Hariom Prabhuji.
Hariom Mani.
Prabhuji, padartha abhavani,
Uh-huh.
non-perception of objects.
Hmm.
Can we also say that it is because he sees it as a manifestation of Brahman and an appearance in Brahman,
Yeah.
he does not see it as an object.
It is like a jeweler
Is
sees.
that, or is it that he does not see the objects at all?
Very simple example. A very simple example I'll give you. When a woman goes and buys a necklace, what does she see? She sees a necklace, name and form.
Huh.
But jeweler, what he sees? Gold only, no?
Yeah.
Does he mean see that he doesn't see a necklace?
No, he sees.
He sees, but his predominant understanding is gold.
So the essence is his focus.
His focus is on essence. When he sees the world, for a Gnani, the world is Brahman. Focus on the essence. But doesn't mean that he's become blind or he is not able to see the perception. No. He perceives, but perceives Brahman in everything.
Got it.
That's why I use the word one in all. Second term, you can see.
Yeah.
Right? So that means,
Yes.
Gnani, even if the eyes, he can't see anything. No, then it can be as well good to become blind. It's not that. Right? I'll give another example, okay? To make you understand. A mother, his son has gone to America for study. Okay? So the mother is feeling, or he went to engineering in this college. What was that? Roorkee College. So mother is now feeling missing. My son is missing. So now what happens? She goes to a place where he was sitting and studying. Oh, I want to study my son here. She doesn't see the seat. He remembers son only. Seat is there, but she remembers son. So dress. So my son was wearing the dress. Everything points to reality. Reality called sun. See, for Sani, everything points to reality called Brahman. That doesn't mean that he is blind.
Got it, Prabhuji. Very clear. Very clear.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anybody else? Any
So,
question?
Padartha Bhavani is Brahman fullness, Prabhuji.
Is Brahman fullness. That's why I use the word, you can see there, one in all. He perceives one in all. Sarvam Khalid Brahma, he perceives. If you don't perceive this, what will happen? The people will be very dry. So many people spiritual seekers, they look like dry, no life. Okay? They feel disconnected from life. A Gnani is fully connected to life as one in all. Love and compassion bubbles in him.
More connected than anybody else.
More connected than anybody else. And more detached than anybody else. Both simultaneously. See, our mind only can think, oh, detached means not connected. Connected means not detached. So both are simultaneously possible in Atma. But only no hurt. Okay.
Ade Prabhuji, you
So one in all.
You can.
Yes, Vasu.
ನೀವು ಮುದ್ರಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ದರ್ಶನ you can have the focus and have the attention, take the attention to where you want. So detachment is where at one place, and then engagement is at another level.
Correct. This happens in your life also. Please understand. Your child, okay, your child, you have a lot of love and attachment. But child is not performing well in the examination. You'll shout at him. You'll be fully intense in shouting. You're not angry. You are able to perform your action with full detachment. Because you're not now you're not thinking of sun. You are thinking of what is action required. Right? So
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice.
So Anupama is asking, can we say Gnani is attached and connected to higher self, which is Sat? Correct. Correct, Anupama. Yes, he is connected to higher self. He is not connected to higher self. He is the higher self. Okay. Any questions, Sita, Santosh, and Kanti? Otherwise, we'll go to.
Actually, you answered the question which was coming in the recent days, Guruji, that my daughter has to get going further in her studies. What to choose, how to choose, more occupation of the mind was towards that. I was just getting a doubt that is it needed, should have to do so much or not? It is the self-inquiry that has to be done. I'm wasting my time on this. That was what was coming up. But action has to be done, but attachment is there, but with detachment. So whatever work has to be done has to be done. So automatically, when that is ended, it will take its natural self.
Result of that. So please understand, in a simple way to say, 100% involvement happens with Gnani. And 100% detachment happens simultaneously. I mean, I'll give you another example, okay? When a surgeon performs a surgery on the patient, it's very intense, not easy. But he's 100% detached. If the patient dies also, he can't get affected. 100% detachment, 100% involvement go together. Please understand. For performances work perfectly. Yoga karmashu kaushalam. Imagine surgeon is attached. Oh, what happened to the patient when I'm doing something? Then he'll not be doing well. He's intensely involved, 100% he does, and 100% detached. That's how is karma yoga. Okay, any questions, Sita, Santosh? Anybody else?
Hari Om Prabhuji.
Who was asking? Kaumari, yes.
Yes. Wonderful session, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Okay. So we'll close the session. Sita, you are to say something?
Yeah, Guruji, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
It's only this stages, Guruji, we always used to say like Vidyaranya is the first stage, and then once the body is left, like then it's Jivanmukti.
It's actually a common man's perspective.
Okay.
The common man treats Gnani as a body. So the body is moving, he says Gnani is moving. So one day Gnani dies, the body dies, Gnani has died, Gnani has become Videha Mukta. It's a common man's view.
Okay.
The real inner view of Gnani, if somebody has become Jivan Mukta, has become Videha Mukta also simultaneously, even though he may have a body.
Okay. So it happens together, kind of.
It happens together for a Gnani.
Okay.
Okay, but for a common man, Gnani is nothing but body. One day body dies, he says Videha Mukta. So please understand, there are two viewpoints. One man's viewpoint of Gnani and Gnani's viewpoint of himself.
Okay, you got it.
Two different. The viewpoint of himself is the moment he gets Aparoksha Gnana, he is not a body mind intellect, he is Mukta.
Yeah.
Whereas, and he is not a body mind means he is a Vidya Mukta already.
Yes.
And of course, Vidya Mukta starts interacting with some vasanas will come, some disturbance may happen, finally he will get eliminated all of them. Whereas in case of a common man, Gnani has a body, he is acting and interacting, he has become Jivan Mukta, and one day he will become Videha Mukta when the body is dropped. This understanding is not correct. There are different viewpoints. One the viewpoint of Gnana, another viewpoint of Maya.
Okay, Guruji. Got that. Thank you, Guruji.
So, Asatoma, Sadgamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi, Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Om Purnamadah, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamuduchite, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Antarjyoti, Bahirjyoti, Pratyak Jyoti, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyoti, Swayam Jyoti, Atma Jyoti, Shivosmeham, Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam. Light of Self Foundation, Atma Jyoti Gurukulam is working for last 27 years with selfless service and self-realization. Atmanu Mokshatam, Jagadaya motto. You can look at our website, YouTube channel, subscribe to that, and share with your friends who may be interested.